What's cracking, Faither Army? What's going on down under? Let's see. Howard Springs to get $130 million in taxpayer cash to keep running next year, despite hotel quarantine being months away from being redundant. More than $130 million will be sunk into upgrading the Howard Springs quarantine facility next year, despite the system being phased out. Contracts will be awarded before the end of the year to manage the complex near Darwin. Including up to $90 million for facility management, $50 million for catering, and $20 million for security. But with the international borders already open to beat up Australians, from November 1st, hotel quarantine will soon be largely redundant. I think your government's redundant. Oh, what a lovely picture here. Let's check that picture out. Not the top one, that one. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And under it, it says Howard Springs, pictured, is set to get $130 million in taxpayer funds to continue running as a quarantine facility despite high vaccination rates and the NT undergoing pilot programs for home quarantine. Oh, another really awesome picture. I'll read under it first. Howard Springs is a remote workers' camp in the Northern Territory repurposed as a COVID quarantine facility in October 2020. Pictured, a group of men in quarantine at the camp. And they are just so sexy looking, are they not? Sexy and brave. Sexy and brave. Bunch of sexy little buggers. Pilot programs to let international and domestic travelers isolate at home have already been completed for NSW and Victoria. One is underway in Queensland. And even the Northern Territory government is making the switch. A home quarantine pilot program has already been completed in Darwin. And one is underway for Alice Springs. Home quarantine will even be mostly unnecessary soon, with borders expected to be open to all vaccinated arrivals without isolation next to few months. I'm laughing because this picture came up. Hey guys. And under it says, Kyle Rittenhouse responds to LeBron James' tweet. Fuck you! Alright. The Howard Springs fly-in, fly-out workers camp on the outskirts of Darwin was repurposed for quarantine in October 2020 and took in more than 800 travelers a fortnight. NT Health Minister Natasha Fyles, that's her name, Natasha Fyles, F-Y-L-E-S, insisted, despite lockdown and border closures being eased across the country, that did not mean there was no need for the facility, as she gives you the judgmental finger, I'm sure. The coronavirus has proven to be unpredictable. That's so unpredictable, guys. And while the vaccine remains our strongest defense, it's our strongest defense, not your immune system. How dare you, Monique? I'm going crazy. No, I'm not. Not all arrivals in the territory will be vaccinated, and not all Australians around the world have had access to TGA-approved vaccines Miss Files said. Scott Morrison, I'm skipping through some of this. Oh wait, I better read that part. Two-way quarantine-free travel to South Korea and Japan from Australia is being considered by the Prime Minister as the country looks to expand international travel. Scott Morrison, I don't know if that was ignoring, said the government was working quickly to establish the arrangements between the two nations, following a similar deal with Singapore. Australians, mate, have been able to travel to Singapore from this week. Man, my throat is getting really dry. While citizens from the city-state will be able to arrive without quarantining from November 21st. Outside of these travel bubbles, only Australian, well, I don't know why I said it like that. You guys gotta ignore me sometimes, okay? Australian citizens, permanent residents, partners, and close family can arrive, but that is expected to be open to all soon. And then there's a picture of someone making food. It's a catering thingy. $50 million goes to that. What'd you say, Mr. Morrison? However, Mr. Morrison told the Victorian Chamber of Commerce, and industry caution was still needed following the return of international travel. We have just got to get through the next couple of weeks, said Mr. Morrison. Australia has been through a lot. Oh, it's been through a lot. Get the vaccine. Get the shot. Get the shot. Get the shot. Maybe if you Aussies would stop allowing this bullshit, you wouldn't be going through a lot. That's just a suggestion. We don't want to get the wobbles now in managing the safely reopening process. The wobbles? Okay. Does that share or comment on this article? Wow! What a bunch of bullshit, eh? Eh there? That's not Australian. I just can't get over how sexy these guys look. So sexy and brave and strong, hey? Bunch of sexy looking mites there. Yeah. And is that the end of the article? Whoa! Whoa! Well, there's a picture of a really cute cat. Under it, here's the cat. Here's the cat. Under it, it says, pregnant cat gives birth. But vets realize those were not kittens. What the fuck were they then? What were they? Are they aliens? Excuse me. Throat is really dry. Were they aliens? Huh? Were they them's the greys? I might have to click on that. Anyway, my throat is super dry. No wonder YouTubers have water next to them when they speak. Yeah. I'll talk to y'all later. Love y'all.